Good morning and good morning to you all. Welcome to this Wednesday's episode of Good Morning Tottenham Away. Guys, I'm back. It's been a few days where I've not been feeling 100%, but I am back, guys. I am back. Sorry, first and foremost, for being away as long as I have. It's just, I've just needed a few days to sort myself out. But, guys, we are here. Now, have we signed any centre-backs in my absence? Has anybody notified me of any updates of what's going on in the world of Tottenham Hotspur? Of course we haven't signed any centre-backs. But before we get to that, before we get to Kane, before we get to other news that have been happening in the last few days, let's get through them one by one. Brian Hill, unfortunately, is expected to have surgery. The recovery time was going to be 2 months. So a player that before we've even got going has broken down. The Europa Cup winner has already broken down. Ndombele, for those of you who thought he was going to be part of the Spurs, of this upcoming Spurs season, he's on the brink of joining of going to Turkey, joining Galatasaray. That's it. For it looks like personal terms are done, and look, it's a question of sorting out the actual fee between the clubs to agree on. But it looks more than a certainty, really and truly. Also, Fabrizio Romano, defenders wise, since we're on the subject of the defenders, so Fabrizio Romano has announced that Wolfsburg are set to sign Rogerio from Sassuolo. That may open up the way for Van de Ven to make his way at Tottenham Hotspur. As we know, personal terms had been agreed weeks ago, What am I talking about? They'd been agreed. But, of course, a fee between the two clubs hadn't been. So it's just it's taken ages to get this over the line. But hopefully with Rogerio going there, he may be the replacement for Van de Ven, and hopefully will allow Van de Ven to join Tottenham. No real updates regarding the Tapsoba situation either. Ideally, man, would be wicked to sign both those guys. Would be awesome to have them both. Tottenham have also, now they've been moving more to the forward line, and obviously Harry Kane. Tottenham, according to the Spurs Express, Tottenham have made contact with Gift Orban's entourage for potential transfer. So far, there's no more really to be discussed on that matter, but they look like they're querying about his availability and if he was willing to move to Spurs, perhaps on the scenario that Kane was to sign for Bayern Munich. And let's talk about Kane whilst we're on the subject. Obviously, in the last few days, especially yesterday, it's been made very clear now that Brentford, which is the title of this very video, Brentford it looks like it's going to be the key date, the first Premier League game of the season is going to be the factor. So we've got 2 weeks leading up to that game. We've got Shakhtar Donetsk coming up this weekend. We have Barcelona as our last friendly straight after that during the week. And then, of course, the following weekend will be the day that we play Brentford away. That very day, if we haven't got a deal struck with Bayern Munich, who are obviously the team that's been after the player in all this time, then he will stay. He will stay because, according to what's been on the report, again, I can only go by what the reports are saying. If he starts that day, that means he doesn't feel it would be right to both Spurs and to the manager to then have to go, and for him to move after that wouldn't be right. According to Kane, it wouldn't be right to move and leave the new manager on the lurch without a striker and obviously a team. Of course, from his point of view, that would mean that he will see out his contract. That will mean that come January, he can strike up a deal with any club in England and non, for him to go on a free the following summer. So the following June he'll be available to go to, he'll be joining that club for free. But as of January, he can sort out his next destination. Obviously, there's been an offer from Bayern. There's obviously a request made by Levy, and the two, whilst the figures are closer together, they're not quite there yet. So I think this is gonna go. Listen, in my heart, I think this deal is gonna go through. I'll be straight with you guys. I do feel that they will find the right number, and I think Bayern, from Bayern's point of view, I think this is the absolute. They won't get a better chance to sign Kane, because after that, it's going to be open sesame for everyone. And Kane may not choose to go to Bayern after that. He may choose to stay here in England and join an English club. Or other scenarios may open up. But I think Bayern's best chance of getting him is right now. But they have to meet what Tottenham want, what Levy wants for him in order to let that happen. So I think they had that sort of chat. Now it's a question of waiting. I don't think anything's going to happen this week. If anything, it's going to be the week after, as soon as the Shakhtar game is done and dusted. I think that will be the week lead between Shakhtar and Brentford. Will probably be the one. If anything happens, it's going to be that week there. It's not. Listen, my opinion on this is not ideal from the striker's point of view, because we won't have a replacement leading up to the Brentford game if Kane's deal gets done that end, and of course at the other end in defence we still haven't got our defenders in. I've said this numerous times on streams as well. The situation does preoccupy me. It does worry me that we're still not quite there yet, and the frustration is growing. And obviously, on top of that, we've had the trustees' statement in regards to the ticket prices and the process regarding the ticket prices rising. That's picking up momentum. It's all leading up. This is supposed to be the most exciting time of any football fan. The beginning of the new season. It should be an exciting time. Players coming in, players moving out. That's another thing. Players moving out. Nobody is moving out right now. We've got a few players that are linked to exiting Spurs, but none actually officially have to date. So it's a concern. It's a concern. That's not exiting. No one's leaving. Arriving. No one's arriving. We are in a week, 2 weeks away from, less than 2 weeks away, because it's now Wednesday. We're a week and a half before the league is set to start, and nothing has happened as yet. It's a concern. It's a concern. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it. Let me know in the comments below. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like I just said, are you concerned? Do you feel like it's not time to hit the trigger? Not time to press the panic button just yet. I honestly didn't think I'd find myself. What is it? The 2nd of August. So 11 days before the new season begins, and still not have any defenders in. That's the most worrying part. The Kane thing, that can't be helped, but given what's happened leading up to it, because the striker would have to be got if he moves on. But the two defenders, really, 63 goals, we should have had that sorted out already by now. Eric Dyer is another thing. This guy can become captain. The talks are increasing more and more each day that passes, that Eric Dyer, should Harry Kane move, will become the Spurs captain. Food for thought, guys. Comments below. Like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, forever always, come on, you Spurs.